Welcome to Logging Issues Part 2. This one's not so much issues as it is testing equipment. So today is more of a review than a test. I found that this, folks, is the best logging setup that you can buy. Seth and I are doing a Grapes of Wrath series, and this is the setup that I bought. He got the smaller tractor because he loves it, and we're going to put a picture of him in there. We actually got a picture with a real one of the 475. We have a 475 at our local dealership, and I got a picture of Seth standing in front of it. But he helps me out, but this is the main rig. And so what we got here is we're not going to use that arm. This, I've showed you before how frustrating it can be to operate. I got better at this arm, but it's such a chore to use it. But what I did find was that I have never tried this before. The little handler on the front, this little log picker-upper thingy, doohickey, the log grappler, if you will, that goes on the front of this tractor, or any tractor that can mount these arms, is really the best way to grab logs. It does an amazing job. The log is nice and tight in there. You're not dropping it all the time. And then, so in this kit, you're looking at about $220,000. So this does everything that the Ponce does. Whoops, sorry. I think it's called the Ponce Buffalo. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's the Buffalo. It does everything that the Ponce Buffalo does for almost the exact same price. In fact, it might be a little bit less expensive. But it's 157 plus 54. Yeah, no, it's a little bit more expensive, but or about the same. It actually probably is about $220,000. But you get this stump grinder with it, and it's much easier to operate than the Ponce, or Ponce, or however you say it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut a tree down just so you can see this operate, and then we're going to go through some of the other equipment that I've downloaded and seen online, and things that we're going to review the Scorpion King today, and we're going to review that Ponce Buffalo. So let's see here. The first thing I'm going to do is dump the stump grinder. Boop. All right. We're going to cut this tree down here. I'm not going to be saving this because this is my little farm and I want those trees, but we're just going to show you how to do it. And so then I'm going to pull the trailer over here a little bit out of the way. And I'm not going to disconnect yet. I'm going to hop on the trailer. I'm going to move the arm up or over and up a little bit because obviously it's going to get in the way. And I'm going to put the feet down. Boop. That's it. That's all you have to do with the arm. And I'm going to disconnect. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here with my chainsaw. Going to turn it sideways. We're going to chop the tree down. Yo ho, chop the tree down. Okay. Boop. Timber! Right on my $100,000 tractor. Okay, so we're going to chop all this stuff off like I showed you before. To be honest with you, the top of the tree is almost useless. I really rarely collect them anymore. I just kind of leave them where they're at or shove them off to the side, but you can collect it if you want. It's not worth anything. So chop the log. We're going to cut the log pretty big. I don't want it to get too small. Really, most trees can be cut in 2 or 3 pieces. So there's some blows. There's one log. Actually, we'll just leave it in 2. Nah, I'd say 3. Husqvarna. Okay. So simple to use. We just drive over to our yog. And we're going to put the arm, we're going to aim our grappler down. We're going to open it up all the way. And then we're just going to scoop down. And what you'll notice about this grappler that's different than the other grapplers, and look at that log moving all by itself, is that the tooth is a lot longer than the other ones. Now look, nice and tight. And then I pick that up. This thing loves these big logs. The other thing that you'll notice is I don't really need a counterweight on my tractor, so I don't have to haul a weight around. That way I can use the stump grinder. Alright, and I just pressed the wrong button because I'm being stupid because there's all this commotion out in my hallway. So now I'm going to fumble the log for the video. That's great. All right, well, I didn't do it. So, boop. And I'm going to release it. And that's it. We'll finish the tree up for you, just so you can see how easy it is. But I've loaded, I did cut down the trees along the outside of my field because the tractor kept getting stuck on them when it was harvesting and when it was, when it was sowing and cultivating. So it took me maybe 20 minutes to get like 6 trees down. And of course I made, you know, almost $100,000 when I turned those trees in, maybe more. So gonna lift it, and we're going to drop it, and we're going to release it. Oh, I don't know why I did that. And that's it. I mean, it's that simple. Now, this is the only hard piece. This is where, when Seth is here helping me, this helps a lot to have a second person to push it onto your forks, but you still can kind of pick it up. The downside is this log is so small that it's very difficult to pick up, you know, but you can, and if you have multiple toppers like this, you can actually good night, Seth. Would you like to say good night to our viewers? I was just telling them how you help out with these logs when they're small. How you scoop them together.
Night, everybody. I don't know where you're located in the world. It might be daytime for you. For me, right now it's nighttime.
It's bedtime.
Yeah, Dad, I finished my homework and now I get to finally go to bed.
All right, good job, Seth.
Night, Dad.
Good night. I love you. I know, but it's bedtime. It's almost midnight. Actually, it's probably after midnight now. Good night, Cha. Good night, Goose.
Good morning.
It's already after midnight. Good night, Goose. Good night, Seth. I love you guys. All right, so that was it. As you can see, I mean, how it doesn't get any easier than that, right? So, man, that's the way to do it. And so now all we do is just add a couple more trees, and you got a $100,000 load or more. But this is just, you saw how much faster that is than doing it the other methods. So, I mean, we can take a look here. I'll try to run the loader, and you can see what it's like to try to do the loader. But this, the problem with this guy is there's so many controls. So you have J and N, then you have Shift J and N, and then you have Shift Control J and N. Then you have K and M, which are reversed, by the way. Pressing M makes it go right, and K makes it go left. It doesn't make any sense to my brain. You have Shift, so you can extend your boom and retract your boom, and then you have Shift Control K and M, which opens and closes this. When you start having to mix all these controls together, after a couple minutes, you know, even when you get good with it, it can be confusing, you know. I mean, it's like, and that kind of stuff where you overshoot. And I got to pull the boom back because it's too far out. It's hard to see what you're doing unless you keep moving the camera, so you have to let go of the keyboard and move the camera around. I mean, it's just, this is... Like I told, I was talking to Mick about it because, you know, Mick's one of my pretty faithful watchers. You'll see a lot of his comments on here. And, you know, he watched an episode where I was using one of these. He's like, man, that's like super frustrating. That does not look like fun. And it's not. That's the reason why I've been looking for a solution like the tractor, because this sucks. All I'm trying to do is pick up these logs, and look how long it's taken me. I still haven't picked a log up yet. All the controls I'm pressing are wrong. Oh, no. See, now I'm screwing up. And I've done this. I've spent probably 4 or 5 hours working with this tool. So it's not like I'm inexperienced with it. It just doesn't work. It's too confusing. Why won't it close? Like this. I'm pressing Shift Control. Now, okay, now it closed. There we go. So it can do it. There you go. We've got the logs now. But it doesn't grab tight. It's tight now because I have 2 logs. But a lot of times, even on a big log like this, it completely tips sideways. And then you're left with like this log hanging halfway off. And it's hard. Then it bumps the trailer when you're trying to load it. And it's useless. So it takes a long time to use this tool. It is so much faster to just do it with the tractor. Oh, and I forgot to show you the stump grinder. I don't think we've ever seen that happen before. I don't remember doing it in my other video. So I'm going to leave that here. We're going to run over and grab the stump grinder. You can either put it on the front, or in this case, since I have the back open right now, I'm just going to put it on the back. Run up. And so most of the time, if I'm removing trees, You know, on this farm, because I'm on easy mode, I don't really need the money. I'm removing the stumps because I'm trying to get trees out of my way so that the tractors don't get stuck. So you press B to turn it on, and once again, in a nonsensical fashion, J, which is higher than N, is down, and N is up. Why did they do that? You can also use K and M, which is reversed. No, K and M is right on this one. It's just funky. It's like the tools are all different. So some M is left and K is right, and on others K is left and M is right. It's like, dude, make up your mind. Pick a scheme that works. So you can see I'm just lowering this down, moving it back and forth, and grinding the heck out of that stump, and there, it's gone. Boop. No more stump. That's simple. So this rig can do everything. All you need is the chainsaw, the tractor, the arms, the bucket, the trailer. You know what I really wish? I wish they had this trailer without the crane. You could save some money and not have to spend $50,000 on a trailer with a crane, and just have that size trailer. Maybe even make it a little bit longer. Get rid of the crane and move this gate right here. Move that back to where the crane starts, and you could have a little bit longer logs, and that would be perfect. So that's it, guys. I mean, this is the best rig that I've found so far. Doesn't mean that you can't do it other ways. Like in this game, there's so many different ways to do so many different things, but in my case, I found that just is the best way to do it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to trade in some equipment so I have a little bit more money. Actually, we can take a loan out because I'm not going to save this game. So my daughter bought this red pickup truck. I'm going to sell it. So I will meet you up at the shop. Well, here's a $700,000 bundle of equipment. We've got the Ponce, Buffalo, and Scorpion King. Once again, you can't grind stumps with this. That's kind of useless. But yeah, I'm noticing now, of course, look at how high these spikes are. These look like they're higher than my trailer, so that's going to be a little more difficult. Maybe this crane has a more of a reach, though. That'll be cool. We'll try it out. I also purchased these got humped together here somehow. I purchased this is a mod. This is supposedly a better chipper. It's got a huge chipper bed that grinds people up if they step over here, with a crane and everything, and the chipper attachment. Now, in my case, I'm not gonna put it in a trailer, but you maneuver that to the trailer just like the other one. And then I have the tree planter. I have no idea what to do with that, but we'll take a look at that towards the end and see what we can do with it. I would imagine you just put saplings in and it plants a tree. I don't know. But let's go ahead and see what the Ponce does. First of all, once again, slightly hokey controls. This only works with pine trees. That's true of all of these. It's really the best kind of tree to cut down because it's straight. But if I go over here and bring up the health map, we're going to turn the harvester on. And we're going to change our cut length. Now, there is a mod out there that allows you to make it long. Right now, 5 meters is the longest you can make it. And, of course, the longer the piece of wood is, the more money you make. Maybe the limit is 5 meters. I don't know. So maybe you really want to be cutting them into 5-meter pieces, make a little more money. I don't know. But all it says, this tree type is not supported. All it says in the manual or at the logging station is longer pieces, longer, straighter pieces get you more money. It doesn't say anything about, what the maximum length is or anything like that. So this has some cool lights. I like that, all the light array that it has. And obviously you can get to some more difficult terrain, and we'll try that out in a little bit. Does it do this tree? Nope. So really, the only kind of tree that this supports is right here. X. So when you pull your little thing up to it, it says X. That's it. Now the nice thing about this is you can drag the tree around. That's kind of cool. So you can pull it out somewhere flat where it's going to be easy to harvest it. I can't do that with any of my tractors. So that is a nice feature. But is it worth $300,000? Oh, let's blew it. How you like that? Now what? This stupid thing. So I just lost the tree and it didn't even cut it. Great. Lovely. So I guess we'll have to try another one. There's a bug right there. This is what it's supposed to do. Whoa! What the flip? Yeah, lovely. Great job. So you can see you can pretty handily cut down trees. It is faster than my other method, for sure. But for $300,000 is like 2 minutes of cutting really that okay? And obviously there's some weird bugs with it too. So lovely. I should probably move. I haven't moved the crane at all from the default position. That's probably my fault. I'll do this and see what it does. I guess 5 meters is a pretty good length. That's a nice length. That's about what I'm cutting in now. So there you go. There's a nice clean cut. So I just needed to move the crane up a little bit. So yeah. So for $300,000, you can rip your forest down in like 5 minutes. Great stuff, right? But once again, you get this. So the terrain handling, you can go into places where it's hard to navigate, or a tractor would get stuck, or a telehandler. And you could, you know, I think, I'm going to try this out, see if it works, all right? So I'm going to lower this bucket back down. And get stuck. That's great. That's wonderful. Just got that. Big swinging thing. And like the control handle, I'm sure all the controls are the same. So yeah, you can rotate this just like you can on the grabber. So let's cut. But the nice thing is now I can drag this out somewhere where we can actually get to it. Maybe? No. Too steep. Dangerous. Right now in real life, all the alarms in the cabin would be going off because we're tipping sideways totally. There's 2 views. That's interesting. There's a crane operator view. And then we can raise this guy up like we had before, push it out a little bit, maybe, and then cut it. See how it does. And it even missed some branches. How do you like that? Lovely. Excellent. So that's the Scorpion King. That's what it does. Is it worth $300,000 to you? I don't know. Maybe. It cuts down trees fast. All those trees we just hacked to bits. But even so, you're still going to have to do some cleaning because look at all the branches it left on there. Those still have to be cleaned off. All right. So let's move on to this guy. Well, that's interesting. You can change the driving direction. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that idea. That's a neat. Oh, that's cool. Good lighting. That is one thing that's missing from my method. So we'll go down here and grab a tree. So now this for $200,000 with a chainsaw. I don't know. If you had 2 guys running these, you could probably do a lot of damage, but the problem is going to be the same. Okay, so now that I've gotten these things here, I'm going to have to do all the controls that I normally do that I don't like. Let's bring this out over here. And you can see I'm getting pretty fast at it because I've been practicing. So we'll shoot that out. We're going to lift this up a little bit. Now, does this have little feet that come down? Nope. So you're just relying on the truck to keep it from falling over. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, there we go. And we need to open the teeth. There we go. Oops. Up. And we need to go this way. Nope, other way. At least this one's not reversed. And there goes the log. And so problem number 1, you guys haven't seen that yet, but that happens all the time. If you tap the log while you're trying to get in position to pick it up, the thing will roll away, and then you have to start all over again. So I'm going to have to pivot that. I'm going to have to lift this. I'm going to have to go the other way. See, this is reverse of the other crane, so I keep moving it the wrong way because this one's actually working the way it's supposed to. The other one is opposite, so they need to get that a little straightened out too. I must say this could be better But yeah, so see, already, if I was using my tractor, I would have this loaded already. Now I'm screwing around trying to get this loaded. All right, so there's the log. That's as tight as it's going to grab. I've got it tightened up all the way. Maybe if I push it down. There we go. I pushed it down. Okay. Whoops. I need to telescope this in. I need to pivot the head. There we go. And then I need to rotate the arm. This is just ridiculous. I would have already had this loaded with my tractor. I would have had the whole, almost the whole, half the tree loaded probably, or maybe the whole tree loaded by now. Then I got to change camera angles, which that's, you know, one of the things I was complaining about. Though you have to do that with the tractor too. It's a lot more smooth with the tractor. So there's our first log. That took what? Almost 20 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, or even a minute to load that piece. I wasn't timing it, but that's just not efficient. So this is cool, but you can get the same thing with your tractor, and you don't have to use that stupid crane. I mean, I suppose you could buy this and use the tractor, but this is a waste of money. You know, if you want it because it's cool, well then no problem. Don't feel bad about buying it because these are cool. There's no doubt these are two of the largest pieces of equipment in the game, and they're probably, you know, advertising wise they are flagships for the 2015 version because they were mods, but they've been added in as full-time game pieces. So these are kind of flagship trucks, but I think you can do better the cheaper way. So that's this. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a tractor. I'll be right back. While we're on the way up there, I downloaded this tractor and bought it. You know, you can press M and it goes from a 2-wheel to a 4-wheel. That's kind of cool. But the graphics aren't very good on it. It's a 2013 mod that they've ported over. It's all right. And it really chops the computer up too. You can see how choppy my frame rates are when I'm running it. So that's not good. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But I thought I'd just bring it to show you the tractor. I don't know if I'll keep it or not. The other thing I don't like is the camera angle is weird on it. So, all right, so we grabbed the gents. Let's pull it on over to our logging. Oh, nice driving there, Arthur. Yeah. I mentioned the camera angle is kind of funky on this. All right, so we can turn on the wood crusher. B. Oh, we need to unfold it first. So X. B. And just like the other one, it runs off. So look at that huge tray. That looks like, oh yeah, that'll be easy, right? And actually, I'm going to cut a piece off because I know that this thing is not... that piece is too big for that to lift, so I don't think it cut the tree at all. Alright, so back in the tractor. And rotate that around and extend it. Oh my gosh. And we're going to say, oh, I think to extend the pipe, which we're not going to use. Get that down all the way. Can it reach it? Yeah, it'll reach it. Okay, so whoops. Whoa. And that's going to have to go, that's why it makes the tractor rock. And oops, I forgot to open the grappler. Duh. Fail number 1. We're going to rotate this, and we're going to drop it, and we're going to tighten it. And bring that bad boy around. Oops, wrong button. Oh my gosh. Things haven't changed. Okay, so here we go. Partly it's my ineptness and not being able to remember the controls because they're just not. And we're going to put this guy down on the conveyor. I'm going to get rid of this menu because I can't see anything. There we go. Right there. I'm going to bring the telescope in. And we're going to set this down on the tray. And I'm going to let it go. This is how it should work, right? Boop. Nothing. I'm going to lift it up. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to grab it again. Oops. And we're going to lift it. No. And we're going to shove it in there. Lift it. Shove it in. Lift it. Is it me, or are there no wood chips coming out? I mean, I don't know how much further I can get that piece in there. It's all the way in. Now, if you look up Castaway, he comments on here occasionally. He's got a video, and it's just Castaway. That's his username on YouTube. Check him out. He has a video where he actually gets this thing to work. I got to watch it again because I obviously haven't figured it out. I mean, look at this. That wood is all the way in the grinding. Why isn't it getting chopped up? You know, I don't get it. It's just... These don't work. It just doesn't, it doesn't work. This is non-functional. There. Whoa. Now it did it. Okay, well, let's try again. I mean, I'm willing to give this thing a fair shake. But bizarreness aside, you know, it'd be nice because sometimes wood chips go on special, and if you could have them, you know, but this is a nightmare. I wish what they would do, same thing. I think the only way you could do it is if you had somebody else with a playing multiplayer with you. But this camera angle really kills it too. I'm sorry, guys. This tractor was a bad choice for this chipper. But yeah. So if you had a multiplayer, one guy could make this tractor run, and the other guy could run his you know, forklift tractor, and maybe loading would be a little bit faster than this. This is kind of a pain in the arse. So they're buggy, and maybe that's the problem with the other one. Maybe the other one has the same thing. If you put the log at a certain point, maybe you have to... Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to put this up, and I'm going to... What? Okay, so it looks like you got to get the log at the top of the chipper right there. So if it touches the top of the chipper, then you're kind of chipper. So let's try one more piece and verify that. So that, hey, if that's the way it works, well, I can handle that. And in fact, you know what we'll do while we're thinking about it, we'll grab the other gents and we'll try that one out too. So, because if that's the case, then, you know, maybe that's, maybe I was prejudging this before I knew exactly what I was doing. So it doesn't make sense how that works, but so really, oh my gosh. I almost feel like I could play multiplayer with one of my kids' accounts and just turn it on and make it sit there, like, because they're not going to play anyway. And then I can just use my tractor to do the same thing. See if that works. It probably wouldn't, because I know with multiplayer, a lot of things that work for one person don't work for another. I know, like, for example, oops. Shoot. Hay baling doesn't work. So, like, I can do the hay baler, and then I can wrap them. But somebody that's doing multiplayer with me, son of a biscuit, can't wrap. They can't wrap the bales. Why not? Isn't that weird? Go figure, how did the telescopes get to be longer than that? All right. So you got to go to the top. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we could chip then. I mean, that makes it a little bit easier. I just wish you could. I wish loading was easier, but that's cool. So let's go ahead then, and we'll fold this up. and take this back. And I will buy the other one, and we'll see how that one works. So... yeah, whatever. Yeah. Alright. Oh, magically it's a much easier tractor to handle. Alright, so we're going to go to the store. We're going to purchase, let's see, forestry equipment. Yeah, stupid thing. Alright, there it is. My favorite piece of equipment. Oh yes, the gents. I wish this tractor looked just a hair better, because it's really cool and very American looking tractor. This is what you see around my house. I see tractors like this. They don't have the little Euro lights on them, but this is what we see by our house. So, all right. Ugh. Well, there goes that log. We'll try these. I need to get closer. There we go. X. Of course, we have to unfold this arm. This arm is so, they're slow. I guess that probably makes it a little easier to operate, but man, it's slow. Alright, so then we're going to open this. Oh. I was pressing control. You know what? The hard thing, too, is my Mac has a different keyboard. Like, the keys are in different places. So I think I'm pressing the right buttons, but I'm pressing the wrong buttons. So that didn't grab it. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Pick it up. We're gonna twist it. Yeah. Nope. Try again. Oh, it's gonna roll away. Go this way. Down. Telescope. Nope. Nope. Up. Nope. Come on, in the middle, guys. Come on, brain. Okay, down. Okay. Close that bad boy. And it's still not gonna grab it right. Dang it. Why won't it close on it? This kind of stuff. This is what'll make you bananas. Close it up. Oh, God. Okay, well, it looks like it's in anyway, so let's... I'll never get that in. Now this one of the problems with this one, of course, here is the side loading is, you know, a little bit silly. Wow. Okay, so that works. Man. So if I want to make wood chips now, I feel like I could do it. I'd say the other one was still a little bit easier to use because this side loader is for the birds. But you have to touch the top of the loader. So like right at the top. If you try to put it in the way that you'd think it would make sense to put it in, it's not going to work. All right, so let's look at forestry now. I don't really know. Let's take a look at the planter and see what we can see. So I wonder, can you just plant anywhere, or do you have to plant in a cultivated field, or how does this thing work? Is this the connector side? No, it looks like the other side is where you connect. That little flag on the back means watch out, cars, don't hit me. So that's a nice sound. I like that. I like the air brakes. So let's see, what does it say on here? Turn on tree planter. You need to fill the implement. Where do we fill it? Do we go to our seed station? Let's go find out. All right, here's the seed station. Whoops, crash. Nope. So, that's not it. So I wonder, let's see. Let's go in the store. Placeables? No. Doesn't say anything about that. Back. I think we need to go to the store, so hang on. Where is the store? The garden center. Okay, we're going to run up to the garden center. We'll be right back. I'll catch you over there. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I'm done doing this review, I'm totally going to sell this tractor because as cool as it looks, having a John Deere American-made tractor, which I love the idea, and it's got great horsepower. It's a little expensive to operate. I don't like. First of all, I don't like the fact that it doesn't get dirty, and secondly, I don't like the fact that they screwed the camera angle up. They changed the field of view, and it just, I don't like it. They made it like a telephoto lens, and it makes it really hard to see what's going on around you. I prefer the regular ones where you have more of a wide-angle view. So, this one's getting sold. Okay, I see what looks like a seed pallet out front here. So I'm wondering if this is where I go to get tree stuff. Whoops, wrong button. I wonder if this tractor having warning signs is screwing this up. Let's see. Huh. So you buy a pallet. There's a pallet. And then what? Do you load the pallet on here? Is that how that works? It's kind of inconvenient. All right, I'll be back. Okay, rolling up on the garden center. Why isn't my crane control working? Okay, there we go. And once again, the pallet is too small for my forks. I wish you could move the forks in. I wish there was a control to do that. I haven't found it yet. I don't think there is, but alright, there we go. So now, do we just load it onto here? Is that how that works? That looks like it did what it was supposed to do. Whoops. This is R, refill tree planter. Oh, so you can put more than one on there. Oh, no. Okay, so you set it on there. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. So then you can plant a tree. But maybe you have to do it on a field that you own. Because it's on. Oh, V, okay. Oh, no way! Okay, so it dropped, I don't know if you could see that, but it dropped the sapling right there. There's another one. There's another one. So you guys see those? They're kind of hard to see. Another one's going to pop out here in a second. There's another one. Oh, so you can plant them anywhere. That's cool. You don't have to use a field. Wow, that's cool. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. That is all of the forestry equipment. So I hope you enjoyed this. And hopefully that's a little more helpful. So now we know how to use the chipper. That makes it a little bit better. So if you want to do wood chipping, you can. We also now know how to, how to plant the trees and how that other equipment works. So I hope that was beneficial to you. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to be doing more reviews of mods and also the in-game equipment and just kind of looking at how it works and what goes with what. So have a great night. Goodbye.